Darlene coming back again to make the video lessons for the Science 9. I hope you had a blast from the previous holidays of Christmas and New Year, and I want to greet everybody a Happy New Year, and we're now here in 2021 hoping that this would be a better year for everyone. But still, please be safe because there's still a threat of COVID-19 everywhere in the Philippines. So I hope you guys watching the videos, please take care of yourself as well as your families. Now about to begin the second quarter for the school year 2020-2021. Ayan, so we're done with the first quarter last year, and this year will be our first video lesson for the second quarter. From the videos I have made from our first quarter lessons, naka-receive ako ng mga comments in my YouTube channel, especially dun sa mga videos ng lesson ng mga nagpapa-shoutout. So I want to shout out and mention those names. Joshua Agawin from the Section Heliconia in Quezon National High School. My former student, Kristen Joyce Haka, hello sa'yo, which gusto rin magpa-shoutout kahit hindi na siya grade 9 student but still learning from the videos. Thank you so much. And RJ Obera from Marikina. Hello sa inyo. And yung mga gusto rin magpa-shoutout, you just comment down below on my video if you want to be shout out for the next videos. Yung mga lessons na i-cover natin ngayon for the second quarter would all about be chemistry. But before we start with the topic itself for the first module on the first week, let us have first a little review before we start to give you an idea. And, syempre, baka nalilimutan na natin yung mga lessons natin sa chemistry from the previous year. Let us begin with a very brief history about atomic model. Since the very first topic that we will encounter for the module 1 is about the quantum mechanical model. But before we discuss about the quantum mechanical model, let us first have a brief review about the atomic model. Okay, so in the atomic model, the first and foremost na kailangan naiintindihan mo is the word atom. So when we say atom, atom is the basic unit of matter. When we say basic unit, a matter is composed of a single atom that is packed them together to make up a matter. So ang isang bagay ay hindi mabubuo kung hindi ito galing sa pinagsama-samang maliliit na atom. And this atom also defines the structure of an element. The word atom comes from the Greek word atomos. When we say atomos, it means indivisible. Indivisible meaning you cannot divide it. Since it's the smallest of all, pinakamaliit sa lahat ng maliit, then we cannot subdivide it o hindi na natin siya pwedeng hatiin. That's why atoms are considered indivisible. So atoms is made up of particles, namely protons, electrons, and neutrons. So we all know that protons are the positively charged particles, electrons are the negatively charged particles, and neutrons are the uncharged or the neutral, walang charge, not positive, not negative, uncharged particle. The three particles that compose of an atom, proton and neutron, are heavier than electrons. And electrons are considered as light particles or in short, magaan. Mas magaan ang electron kesa sa proton and neutron as proton and neutrons are the heavy particles. Okay, trivia time! So did you know that hydrogen and helium are the earliest atoms that are being discovered? That's why on the periodic table, number 1 is the hydrogen and helium as number 2. Back to the discussion about the word atom as the basic unit of matter. How does an atom look like? Ano bang itsura ng isang atom? Nakakakita ba tayo nito or nakikita ba natin ito? Dahil sa sobrang liit ni atoms, we cannot see it using our own eyes. But, ano bang itsura ng isang atoms? O ng isang atom? So over the years, let us see how the ideas of an atoms are changing over the years. In 1803, John Dalton gave the first atomic model, which he named it as solid sphere model, because according to John Dalton, this atom is just a single sphere o isang solidong bilog lamang ang itsura ng isang. Over the years, people are getting smarter. By 1904, J.J. Thomson said that inside this atom, there is a positive charge, which is proton, and a scattered negative charge. So according to J.J. Thomson, at the middle of the atom, which is the nucleus, may makikita ka daw dong positive charge, which is called protons. And surrounding the positive charge ay may mga nakakalat na negative charge particles, which J.J. Thomson called this model as plum pudding model. Si J.J. Thomson pala from 1904 ang nakadiscover ng positive charge, which is protons, and the negative charge, electrons. In 1911, dumating si Ernest Rutherford and said that an atom is an empty space where the mass is concentrated on the nucleus, where protons and neutrons are found, and the electrons are in their orbits around the nucleus. According to Ernest Rutherford model, which he named it as nuclear model, ang sabi niya, since masyadong mabigat ang proton and neutron, ang bigat ay nakasentro sa nucleus, sa gitna, where you can found proton and neutron. But after 2 years, in 1913, dumating si Niels Bohr and said that electrons move in a definite orbit around the nucleus. To Niels Bohr, this atom looks like a planetary model. So he named his model as planetary model, which looks like a planet with the sun at the center, where the planets are orbiting around the sun. And according to him, that sun is the nucleus where protons and neutrons are found, and the orbits are the electrons, where dun gumagalaw ang electrons. Many scientists were amazed with the planetary model of Niels Bohr, and Niels Bohr proved his model using hydrogen, and it was perfect since the hydrogen has only 1 electrons. But when other scientists tried the model of Niels Bohr with another element, which is more than 2 electrons, the model failed. So the failure of the Niels Bohr model to explain other atoms having more than 2 electrons made his model incorrect. So, ang tingin ng other scientists with the Niels Bohr model ay mali, because it only applies to the hydrogen, which has only 1 electron. But other than that, wala nang ibang nag-swak sa model ni Niels Bohr. But even though na may incorrect with the Niels Bohr model, it gives way for the other scientists to improve the model, at the model of Niels Bohr ay nagbigay ng malaking ideya with the atomic model. Since there is a failure with the Niels Bohr model, then we have to come up with another model of the atom. By 1926, Erwin Schrödinger made a new model. So from Schrödinger, electrons is impossible to locate the exact location, which in turn to be the point of Niels Bohr. Sabi ni Niels Bohr, we can exactly find electrons in its orbit. But then, Erwin Schrödinger with his mechanical model, said that it would be impossible. Hindi mo pwedeng malaman ng eksaktong lokasyon o posisyon ng isang electron. The latest model of mechanical model is opposing the idea of Niels Bohr model according to the location of electrons. Okay, so how come Niels Bohr model locate electrons on a specific orbit, while Schrödinger model said that there is no exact location for electrons, and there is only a probability where you can find electrons. For our next video, you stay tuned. We will focus on the Niels Bohr model, and let's take a closer look of the model made by Niels Bohr. Okay, we're done. We're done with our first video, which only focuses on the history, a very brief history of atomic model. Bye! See you on my next video, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not yet subscribed with my YouTube channel.